That's what I tell people all the time. I'm like, I do radio because I can show up looking like whatever.
I always take offense to that.
The fact that you can come to work looking like whatever?
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Why not?
Because there's people here, and you never know who you're going to run into in the hallways, okay, Kirsch?
Well, it's not like I come in, with like food hanging off my face or, no pants. I mean, I come in with respectable clothes and all that, but you don't have to get dressed up to do radio. That's what I'm saying.
You just never know who you're going to run into.
Casual 24/7. Kirsch and Emyle, Thursday morning.
So I went to the doctor yesterday morning after our show.
Yeah.
And does it make you nervous about going to the doctor? Like, oh no, what am I going to get educated on today?
No.
And let me just say, my doctor is amazing.
I'll tell you why. Because there was one time I went in for a physical and my doctor asked me the question. He's like, do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you do that? This sort of thing. And I was like, no, I don't smoke. And he said, do you drink alcohol? And I said, yes, I do. And he said, how much? And I said, I don't know, a couple of beers a week, something like that. He's like, I don't know so much about that. If that's the best thing for you there, Kirsch. And I said, okay, we'll, address that in another time. And then I ran into my doctor in the beer aisle at Kroger that same afternoon. I'm like, we're not talking about this anymore, are we? He goes, no, we're good.
I was just going to say, so you found a new doctor? No, I'm just kidding, but that's amazing.
I ran into him in the beer aisle. I was like, we're not having the do you drink beer conversation anymore.
Are you good about going every year for your physical?
No, I'm not. I'm admitted, I'm a guy.
Shocked.
I'm a guy.
Yeah, I know. I have to literally push my husband to do it. My son sees a primary care doctor who specializes in children and adults. And sometimes I just want to make their appointments together. My husband sees him as well, just because I know he'll go.
Right. I'm terrible about it. I go to the doctor if I am physically sick or something is hurting that shouldn't.
You're one of those. Got it.
Yeah.
You have to be dying then to go.
Did I tell you about my ribs? I think I may have bruised or broken a rib about a month ago, and I've been in so much pain. That's why every time if I'm standing up, you've heard me. It's I'll stand up and be like, oh, ah. But
that was just old age.
Well, it's that too. But I'm I don't need to go to the doctor. I can still move.
They're fine. I can breathe. It's fine.
So, Emyle, you said we have a retirement plan. Is that what this is? You have a business idea for me that you want to run past, and you want to cut if I do well with this?
Today is Conflict Resolution Day. So it got me thinking how you should offer a service where you will resolve people's conflicts for them.
Ooh.
I think you would be really good at it or really bad at it, but it would be entertaining. I think we should try this on air. Oh my gosh.
I think we should. That sounds amazing. I could charge for it. I'd be like, you could Venmo me and I will resolve your conflicts on air. So how would that work? Somebody would two people who aren't getting along would tell me why the other person sucks and I would have to.
Yeah, or if someone has a conflict with, I don't know, a restaurant or a department store, I want you to figure out how to solve that.
Oh, I don't know if I'm as interested in those ones. I like the personal one-on-one conflicts. You have a problem with the restaurant, don't go back. How's that?
I've got a good people one for you.
Okay, what is it?
Well, I'm not going to tell you the situation yet, but we need to talk to my friend Betty.
Oh, man, she's got conflict left and right, doesn't she?
I think this would be great.
Emily's friend Betty, who we bring up from time to time, her name really isn't Betty, but to protect her identity, because good Lord, some of the stuff she gets into, needs to be protected. But I would love to have her on. I'd be like, have somebody she's in a spat with, and I could.
Yes. Let's do it. Brilliant idea. And then you can start charging people.
Can I charge her?
No. Why
not?
She's a test drive.
Oh, she's okay. She's my proof of concept is what it is. To see if it works. That's a good idea. I think I could get rich off of that. Conflict resolution. But you have to listen to me. If you sign the contract, you have to listen to what I say.
Oh, that's good. Because, also what made me think of this is the fact that I always go to you about something. And then I'm like, I know you're going to come back with some logic that's just going to make sense.
Emily says that to me at least 3 times a morning. She's like, I have something to tell you, but I know you're going to hit me with logic that's going to make sense. And I'm like, I know you don't want that in your life.
What? I get excited when you agree with me sometimes, though.
You do.
You're no. That gets to me, too.
It's horror movie season. What's the last horror or scary movie you saw?
Willingly?
Well, do you see many movies unwillingly?
Sometimes my husband's like, let's watch this. And I'm like a little bit hesitant. And then I hide my face the whole time.
But he's not like holding you down on the couch, forcing you to watch.
You're right.
I mean,
willingly is the wrong word.
Okay.
Probably one of the Scream movies because I've seen them a million times and I know where the jump scares are.
My one daughter just watched Scream for the first time.
Did I want to talk about that, but don't let me forget this question real quick.
Okay.
Can I just tell you when I was watching the girls and they wanted to watch It and I was like, I'm not responsible for that.
Yeah, thank you for not showing my children It when they were 5 or whatever. I appreciate that.
Well, I thought they were lying when they said that you let them watch it.
No. I said thank you for not letting them watch it. No.
I thought, okay, I heard you wrong. I was like, wait, what? Because I did not want to be responsible for nightmares, and also that clown scares me, so.
Yeah, no kidding. So if you were in a horror movie, what's the fatal flaw that would get you killed?
So I know you're going to love this, but not only my lack of direction, or, the sense of direction, but also my glasses. I think about this often, how if I lost my glasses and I don't have LASIK or something, I would be so screwed.
Oh, okay. So
I need to get LASIK is what I'm saying.
Losing your glasses, your eyesight is what's going to kill you. Somehow you would lose your glasses?
Yes, I relate to Velma from Scooby-Doo very well.
I'm trying to think what mine would be. I don't know what mine would be because
you're a skeptic.
What happens in every horror movie is, somebody's in the house. They're calling from inside the house. They start running around. They're being chased by some being that you can never see. And what do they always do? They run into the basement.
I hear noises and I'm like, I'm good. But you're a skeptic. That's what's going to get you.
But
you're going to be like, there has to be a reason for this.
Every one of them, they run into the basement. I wouldn't run into my basement. I'd run out of the house. Why do they always run to the basement?
Maybe they think there's a secret passageway to Narnia. I don't know.
In their own basement? Have they not been down there before?
I don't go in mine often. No, I'm just kidding.
And Narnia wasn't in the basement. That was in the closet. So come on. Now you're mixing up your movies and everything else.
Narnia's a happy place.
Just follow me out of the house, Emily. Even if you lose your glasses, just grab onto my shirt and follow me out.
How do I know to trust you?
Come on now.
We'll go through a haunted house one day just to be sure if I can trust you.
I'll lead you out. I'll be like, let's go to the basement. You had an interesting question that you found on Reddit, and I want to hear what some of these answers are, but I want to hear yours more than anything. And it can't be sports.
Oh, man. Okay. How'd you know? What is something that most people care about that you don't? You want to know mine?
And it's not sports?
No, it was going to be, but now you told me no. So I have another one. Don't worry, I have a list.
Sports is too easy for you to say you don't care about. What's another one? Something that other people care about that you don't.
Perfectly folded laundry. If it fits in the drawer, it fits.
Oh, okay.
Or coffee, but I feel like coffee's not me.
You just don't like coffee. That's
true.
Perfectly folded laundry.
Yeah.
So do you just take it straight out of the basket, jam it in the drawer, and hope for the best? Or
I fold it, but I'm not like, sitting there matching everything and folding it perfectly.
I have an interesting question. Have you ever worked in retail?
No.
Like at a clothing store or whatever?
No, because I know I would be very horrible at that job. My husband has, though. He worked at Hollister. I bet that shocks you.
I could see that.
Right? Yeah, no, he knows how to perfectly fold a shirt.
Does the folding thing bother him or no?
I mean, probably. I don't really ask them.
It probably does because I worked in retail for a while. I worked at Structure back in the day. I worked at Abercrombie & Fitch.
Wait, Structure the fancy one? I think he worked there too.
Structure, I don't know. It wasn't real fancy.
Advanced to get there? Was that part of the Abercrombie family?
No, I don't think so.
Never mind. Okay.
6-button polos. That's all I remember. But yeah, so folding is like ingrained in me. Mrs. Kirsch worked at the Gap and Banana Republic for a long time, so she folds, and I think it's just ingrained in you after a while. You know what mine is? And it's not going to surprise you because we talk about this all the time. It's like movies and TV.
Yeah.
Just don't, like, a lot of people are so into movies and like the awards shows and actors and actresses and all that kind of stuff. TV shows, the new series with this guy in it or the new movie with this girl in it or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool.
But do you think if you had more time, you would be into it?
No, because I used to have more time than I do now, like as a parent, and I've never been into movies and TV. Like TV, I have a couple series that I really get into. You know, back in the day, 24, I was really into. Breaking Bad, I watched every single episode. What else? Like there's a bunch of them. The Office, I've seen, every episode.
Yeah.
But I don't really get into, like you said about Parks and Rec. I started watching Parks and Rec, but I really never got into it because I didn't have time. But I know a lot of people that loved The Office, loved Parks and Rec, and kind of went with it.
But you got to just skip that first season. It's horrible.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. I didn't follow your directions very well on Parks and Rec. If you text a lot, which we all do, I have a couple of questions for you, Emily.
Okay.
Number one, are you on the bandwagon where if people use a period at the end of their text, do you think they're mad at you?
Yep. All the time.
So has that always been that way, or is that something that's new?
Ever since high school. I've always thought that.
So if there's a period at the end of the, what if it's somebody older? What if it's your mom?
No, there's certain people I let it go.
Okay. Who can get away with it? Because I stopped using periods when I read that.
I have to think about that. There's just certain people that I'm like, okay, you're just being proper.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
What about double spaces after a sentence? Do you look at that as an old person?
No, I don't really pay attention to that.
Okay. So if somebody puts double spaces after a period, like in text or email? Yeah. If somebody puts double spaces after it, a lot of people look at that as an old person.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. Here's the main question I had, though. So I sent a text to my lovely, beautiful wife with a nice little red heart after the text, right? Loving and all that kind of stuff. What's the difference between the different color hearts, and when should you use the pink or the yellow or because I see other colors pop into text. My daughters will send me a yellow heart or, a blue heart.
No idea. I just use it to match a theme I'm talking about.
Is that what it is? It's the theme?
Yeah, that's what I do. I don't think that's the correct answer you're looking for, though.
Where does a blue heart fit into this?
Oh, is that what you got? Maybe it means sadness. I don't know.
No, I got a yellow one. She texted me a yellow heart, 2 yellow hearts. And I was like, why did we go with yellow? Maybe she was just in a yellow mood that day?
Maybe it means happy for them. I don't know. Let me look and see.
You know what? Let's do this. Let's do a little research between now and 8:30, okay? And at 8:30, let's come back and see what we can find out about the different color hearts that you can use in emojis. You want to do that?
Yes, I'm very curious because I just match a theme.
Okay, let's see if we can figure out if there's some reason to use different colors. That way you can be on point.
First, did you figure out the different color heart meanings? Because now I'm curious.
I did actually. A little Googling helped me figure this out. If you missed this a few minutes ago, I was talking about texting and how my daughters specifically, I only use red hearts if I send a heart to somebody.
Okay.
My daughters use a bunch of different colors, and they all mean something different. You ready for this?
Ready, let's go.
Red hearts, love, affection, and strong emotions.
Okay.
No surprise there. Orange, warmth, friendship, and care.
Oh, okay.
Yellow, joy, happiness, and friendship.
That was probably happiness.
A green heart is nature, growth, and harmony.
Okay.
Blue is loyalty, trust, and tranquility. Purple is love, spirituality, and luxury. A brown heart, never even seen that. Stability, comfort, and earthiness.
I use that around Thanksgiving time because, just brown turkeys. Yeah.
So you're sending stability, comfort, and earthiness. A black heart, sorrow, grief, or a dark sense of humor. So it could be, it's not a good thing. A white heart, love, support, close bonds, and admiration. And the last one on here is the light blue heart, which is love, friendship, and feelings of warmth.
We're forgetting the Taylor Swift heart hand.
Oh, well, that's just, that didn't make the list.
Those all the time.
You do send those?
All the time.
You never send them to me? Thanks.
I never send you hearts. That just seems weird.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That might cost her. Why is she sending you hearts? Exactly. So now you can go text your friends your different heart colors and everything.
I don't remember any of that and just keep doing my theme thing.
All right. So, Emily, I'm not going to lie. I was looking for Johnstown on this list of the cities in Ohio with the best and the worst drivers because I know you live in Johnstown and I figured you'd bring their score down.
You're so sweet to me. How did I get so lucky?
It's because you admit that you're not great at it. The reason we're talking about this is Kirsch and Emyle. New Country, fewer commercials, New Country 103.9. Lending Tree did this study that looked at 500,000 car insurance form submissions to Quote Wizard, and that compiled all the data around citations, accidents, DUIs, and they figured out which cities and which municipalities in Ohio were the best and worst at driving.
Okay.
Ready to hear the list?
I am, actually.
Beaver Creek over in Dayton was the city with the worst drivers in the state. 28.8 incidents per 1,000 drivers, which is pretty bad. Number 2 brings it a lot closer to home. Are you ready?
I am.
D-Town, Delaware. Second
Wow.
worst drivers.
So really, who's the bad driver here, Kirsch?
I
Is
live
it
in Liberty
you?
Township. Thank you. It's
Okay.
near Delaware, but I don't live in Delaware.
I'm pretty sure when I type your address in, it says Delaware, so
20.3 incidents per 1,000 drivers. Lakewood up near Cleveland comes in at number 3. Hamilton down near Cincinnati at number 4. And Dublin at number 5 with 17.6 incidents per 1,000 drivers.
I can see that.
So stay
You know
away.
what's not on that list?
What?
Hilliard.
Hilliard?
Hilliard should be on that list.
It should be on the list. People in Hilliard can't drive, according to you?
Just Hilliard Rome Road.
Yeah, well, Hilliard Rome is its own special location over there. The city with the best drivers in Ohio is Mentor.
I don't know where that is.
It's up near Cleveland. It's out on the lake. Lots of
Okay.
snow. They just stay home all winter. That's why. Mentor came in at number 1, followed by Newark at number 2.
All right, Licking County.
Mansfield, number 3. Euclid, which is up by Cleveland, number 4. And Canton at number 5. So no one in central Ohio made this top list.
Shocker.
They also listed the vehicles that the best drivers and worst drivers drive. The best drivers in Ohio operate Suzukis.
Hey.
There are like 4 of them on the road. Who drives a Suzuki? They haven't made those in like 25 years. Rams have the worst drivers.
Yeah, I could see that.
There you go. Guys in trucks they're aggressive.
Yeah, why not? They own the road.
They do. Be careful if you're in Dublin or Delaware this morning. They're on the top 5 list of the worst drivers in Ohio. If you want to go somewhere safe, you got to drive up to Cleveland and Mentor. Nothing else there, but good drivers at least.